Okay, the Thorian here. This is another gameplay guide video for the god MorganLeFay.
I was driven away from Camelot and banished.
She's a
But my
midlife
return
she's a
is
midlife
imminent.
burst mage.
All will learn to respect and revere MorganLeFay.
Have spawned.
Okay, thanks MorganLeFay for your introduction. So let's set up level 20. Like this. And let's talk over the builds first. For starter items, it depends. We can go with the conduit gem, which is really nice to help with early game clearing. Since we have conduit gem stacks up 20 times, and each stack provides 2 damage when we cast spell, and the charges are used up on the first spell cast. Another great option is Sense of Time. This gives us 30 magical power, 10 mana per second, and 10% cooldown reduction. And this also grants an additional 2 mana per second per 10% of missing mana. And as a third option for starter item, we can use Empiric Shroud. We need to check if, let's say for instance, the enemy is playing some early game physical damage jungler, which can be found in most games. Provides 25 magical power, 15% physical protection, it's really nice, 100 health, it's helpful, 5% magical lifesteal, and damaging an enemy or minion will restore 4 health and 6 mana, so we also have some great sustain from this. And I would say we're getting started with conduit gem.
Their lives are all forfeit.
Here, just relic. We're just picking something up now. That really doesn't matter in training. And now we D-level again. This. And let's have a look over the abilities. Let's go to the lane minions area. Her first ability is called Empowered Blade. Every time MorganLeFay hits an enemy with one of her abilities, her sword, which you can sword passive, where you can, which you can see here, the passive meter on the right. Will gain 1 sigil. Basically it's 1 charge, and every charge provides us with 2 magical power plus 0.4 magical power per level. The empowered duration, once we have all stacks, will be 10 seconds. In these 10 seconds our spells will do a little bit more damage. And the marks on enemies last for 30 seconds. Her first skill is called Sigil Mastery. This is our main clear, ground target spell. Basically, Morgan summons her sword to the ground, which creates an area of effect impact, a hit, and enemies got hit with the sigil are marked. We get 1 sigil to our passive, and there's also we can also choose between 3 different versions of the spell, holding down the activation button. Let's go over here to the godbots and spawn whatever, we're getting raw. This could be our mid lane enemy, so as you can see he's level 1. And now we're holding down the button for her 1. And basically activate this any of the spells now. We can just hold 2 for second version of the spell, or we hold down 3 for third alternate version of the spell. And let's check out quick what these alternate versions are doing. If we're using first ability of it, then the spell will fear. We will demonstrate now. So as you can see, Ra was feared. I'll step out again to have him reset. And go again with the spell. The second ability with the green background, greenish effect, ground effect, will slow the enemy by a total of 35%. Also, the ability will last longer on the ground for exactly 4 seconds. The damage from Sigil Mastery is nearly applied instantly. The second spell version is also a great self-healing tool, since we're slowing enemies down that could either chase us or behind us, or we want to chase the enemy down, so we can have them walk through the slow field. Let's demonstrate this real quick. Holding 2.
A spell most sinister.
As you can see, Ra is walking a lot slower than before. And last but not least, there's a third version. Third version creates a decoy. This decoy attacks enemy gods for 4 seconds. Let's check this out. This is number 3. It has a purple-ish color on the ground. Let's fire it. As we can see, our decoy is attacking the Ra now for 4 seconds. Which is really nice to confuse the enemy. As we basically can throw this in before when a team fight's about to start, so the enemy could didn't pay attention to where we were on the battlefield. The enemy could be confused. It's a really nice tool. Her second ability is called Dragonflight. This is also a really nice self-heal ability, since we are casting 4th dragon, and every one hit by the dragon will also get knocked back. It's great for escape or to set up a kill for ourselves or for one of our teammates in team fights. And it also deals damage, of course. This is probably the last ability. We also want to level up Dragonflight. Since we have another great spell, which is our 3, it's called Shroud of Wildfire. Shroud of Wildfire provides us also a line damage ability, but let's have a look at Dragonflight real quick. That we level. Let's get 5 levels, so we get 4 abilities. Like this. Pick up another. Yeah, let's not pick another item. Look like this. So basically, we have, as you can see, the area is quite large. We have a line area that travels for a bit above 55 units. And also enemies hit on the side by this spell will get knocked back. Let's fire it in a straight line first, like this.
Arise and crush them!
You can see we got the knockback. we're moving out again to have him reset. The ability also does 2 hits. That would depend on what we hit the enemy. The area damage is coming from the side. Dragon damage is coming from the line shot directly. So we have a total of 300, 400, 325, 305 base damage, level 20. Let's try this again. We will be hitting raw with side now.
Draco Mortis!
As you can see, he's also knocked back. But he's not hit by the dragon now. Let's get further to our third ability called Shroud of Wildfire. This is a really great ability since it gives us movement speed that ranges from 16 to 24%. It also gives us also does upfront some damage from 80 to 200 base. It also ticks for 4 further seconds, and should the enemy use a movement speed ability while they're hit by Shroud of Wildfire, they also receive 60 to 80 bonus damage depending on level of the ability. Let's see how this works. The left corner we see our movement speed, ground speed, which is 405 now. Once we're using the ability, we're getting an additional 16 to 24%. See how this looks. As you can see, it's a line shot ability that stops on the first enemy hit. It also does a little bit of damage in the vicinity of the spell, so small radius around our main target.
A curse of agony.
So as you can see, just jumped from 409 to 465 movement speed. Let's go over to the audience so we can check this again by hitting multiple enemies. Yes. So as you can see, it did hit everyone, the 2 audience, left and right to our main target here in the middle. And her final ultimate, her final fourth ability is called Consume Power. Consuming Power. It's also cone and line damage ability. Also basically we're shooting this in front of us. We are pulling our sword, and then we can fire 3 shots at the enemy. And dealing damage and hitting the spell will also increase the power of the next, the damage of the next 2 strikes. And she's also provided with missing health heal. Enemy got hit, but we really need to hit an enemy, not minions. Minions won't heal us up. Enemy gods will. There's some initial mark damage for 25 to 80. 5 damage. The projectile damage ranges from 90 to 250 base damage per hit. That is, of course. So at late game we have a total of 750 base damage, and also each hit will provide us with a missing health heal, ranges from 6 to 40% depending on level of the ability, and the ultimate lasts for 4 seconds. So we have a 4-second window to hit, get all 3 hits on the ground, and yeah, let's see how this looks like. We're also CC immune during these 4 seconds, so we cannot be can still be damaged, but crowd control effects do not work on us. activate this quickly.
Face the wrath of a sorceress scorned.
As you can see, we also hit every enemy in the back, and not just the first Odin in the foreground. And let's go back to level 1, so we can see how much. So we'll be checking out how the 3 different starter items will help us clearing the early wave and how this looks like. Back to here. Leveling this up by 1. We will be showcasing it first with the conduit gem. Let's go over to the lane minions. 3 minutes. And here,
Taste the wicked blade.
in this down now, also have the basic attack minions plus 2. Go. So we're still at level 1, since we are not hitting level 2 of the first ability. This means we go again. Up to 2. Getting
Arise
Dragonflight.
and crush them.
That also helps us a little bit. Let's wait for the next minion wave to go up. Basically, try and
A spell most sinister.
place it like this. Always try to place it like this, so we hit the Archer minions as well. Now we can put another point into our 1 Sigil Mastery in order to have better clears. So, let's wait for the next minion wave again. This is already good clear speed with conduit gem.
Taste the wicked blade.
So we are of course not one-shotting the wave yet. That's why we should also cast Dragonflight secondary after throwing Sigil Mastery on the lane minions in order to clear them faster. At level 4 we will be also taking Shroud of Wildfire, so let's do this again. Now we have all 3
Embrace the burning shroud.
available. Clear just got a lot better. Let's get the next minion wave. You can also start with like Dragonflight, looks like
A spell most sinister.
enemy, the minion, find it
A curse of agony.
and as we can see here, we can nearly one-shot or 3-shot the minion wave now with our 3 abilities.
Taste the wicked blade. Embrace the burning shroud.
We could additionally also pick our version of Sigil Mastery.
A spell most sinister.
But as you can see on lane minions, won't spawn the decoy.
Arise and crush them.
It's only on enemy gods. Can quickly reset again. We're swapping. Of course, we wouldn't see how much
Power can be
to
taken.
do with Then
Oh,
Shroud, of course, also picking up first version of Post Artifact. We have a total of 45 magic power now. Back to lane minions. Blue numbers popping up on our screen now as mana return for using the spell. Try to last hit minions in the beginning. Later on, this doesn't matter anymore since you're pretty much just one-shotting or clearing in wave pretty fast. Let's do this again. Here we got mana return from 3 minions from the 3 ranged minions in the back. Again. Of course, since we are lacking 5 magic power now, the clear is a little bit worse.
Taste the wicked blade! Draco Mortis!
But we also have more sustain in lane with the Vampiric Shroud. Let's go over second option, third option called Fancy
Their
Find.
lives are all forfeit.
This provides us with 30 magical power, 10 mana per second, and 10% cooldown reduction. For the most part, this is being picked up for the 10 mana regen per second, and also for the passive effect, which grants another 2 mana per second per 10% of missing mana. This also helps us to sustain mana in the early game a little bit better. We can do that again. We're spawning minion wave again. We have cooldown now.
A spell most sinister!
We use spells a little bit more often. Of course, the clearing power is not as good as with the Conduit gem. But on the flip side, we can, at least not with one hit, but on the flip side, we can cast Sigil Mastery more often. Went down to 10.8 second cooldown, which is quite which is quite long. So we still have basic attack.
Arise and crush them!
Minion wave in order to thin it out. And as a mid laner, you want to try to clear the enemy minion wave as fast as possible, so you have cover in another video, so you have time to rotate either for camps or to gank.
A curse of agony!
Another lane or help out our jungler in the jungle somewhere with a camp. There's maybe a small skirmish going on. That looks again with the Conduit gem.
Power can be taken.
Like this. On lane minions.
Taste the wicked blade!
Faster now. So this ups the clear speed. It's in general not bad. Other item, Conduit gem, but right now it's not really the option you want for MorganLeFay. opinion, best starter would be Vampiric
Their
Shroud,
lives are all forfeit.
since it builds into a very nice late game item called Sacrificial Shroud. This gives 150 magic power. Of course, this can be first upgraded at level 20. It gives us 20 physical protection, 100 health, 50% magical lifesteal, and all abilities. This is basically why we picked this up in the first place. Deal 15% more damage, but they also cost 5% of maximum health every time you cast a spell. I can showcase this really quickly. Level 20.
Power can be taken or bought.
So, Vampiric Shroud, every time
A
I cast
spell
this,
most sinister.
I'm losing a little bit of health.
Embrace the burning shroud.
Every spell hit.
Power is for those that can take it.
And again. Oh, as you can see, we've lost points now. That's why we might want to get some additional lifesteal. But let's go over our options. First item. Couple options here. We can get more cooldown reduction bonus pendant as a first item. Just basically can rush this. We also can get a little more total power in the beginning of the Doom Orb. Provides 155 magical power, 100 mana, 25 mana per second. Also 4% extra movement speed, which is always helpful chasing the enemy down or avoiding skill shot from the enemy, or running away from a gank, or whatever necessity whatever requires us to move. And another great
Their lives are all forfeit.
also great about this item, for every kill on enemy minion, we also get 1 stack, which does 1% movement speed and 4 magical power per stack. These stacks last 15 seconds. They stack up 5 times. Instead of Doom Orb, also start with Current's
Power
Coin.
can be taken or bought.
This is an item that gradually increases in strength over time by killing enemy gods or having an assist. And as the coin is basically flipped, tossed basically, and if it's head of the coin, then we get 7 hit points per second, a regen extra. If it's the back of the coin, then we get 2% movement speed permanently extra. Each effect HP 7 HPS effect stacks up 4 times, while movement speed gains 8 stacks in total. Plus one also gets 1 gold every time. Cost. Let's check this out with our bots again.
Draco Mortis. Face the wrath of a sorceress.
Dance party?
Gil has provided us with our first stack. Cooldown also can cast a little often than faster. And we can also talk about some other items. Go in again and showcase stacking. As a second item, you ideally want something with cooldown reduction. You can pick up the Chronos Pendant if you like, but it's not as gold efficient as some of the other options. We could go for the Soul Gem. Soul Gem provides 80 magic power, 150 health, 12% magical lifesteal, 10% cooldown reduction, and every after we've hit enemy gods 4 times with or minions 4 times spells, we have fully charged soul gem, and on the next damage spellcast we will do 25% bonus damage. Also allies within 20 units will be healed for 40% of our total magic power. Will consume all the 4 stacks. Another cool option is Bear of Desolation. That's 100 magical power, 10 flat magical penetration, 10% cooldown reduction. And if we get a kill or an assist, this will reduce the cooldown of all non-ultimate spells by 2 seconds, and the ultimate will also receive a cooldown reduction by 6 seconds. For the Spare of Desolation.
Their lives are all forfeit.
Then old gem, so we're sitting at 10% cooldown reduction. Next item, our pen options. Either build the Typhoon Swing, really great item, 70 magical power, 200 mana, 15% steel, 10% magical penetration, and the healing from magical lifesteal is also increased 30%. And the magical power is increased by twice the amount of the magical lifesteal we have.
Power can be taken
Items.
or bought.
The significant, really magic power. We're going from 405 to 559. Great item to pick up. Of course, we would have to another item to get the most of it. This again, so we have 325 power now. The out item itself gives 70 magical power and 50% magical lifesteal. This we will be getting 70 magical power plus 30 magical power extra. Since the lifesteal amount is doubled, like this again. This means we will be set.
Their lives are all forfeit.
This. If we add another lifesteal item, then we increase this even further. Adding the soul gem here, since this adds up.
Power can be
This
taken.
is 20% in total magical lifesteal now. As we can also see here in the tab. Here are the magical stats. Here we have 42% magical lifesteal. Don't forget we're also getting from the Sacrificial Shroud 15% magical lifesteal. So total 42%, which doubles, which means we're getting 84 magical power just from the lifesteal on these items. So deck up the coin finally, and as a final item, also get Rod of Divinity. Another big damage boost. Gives 10% magical penetration, 140 magical power, also 30 mana per second. Once the enemy is down below 50% health, we will also have improved basic attack damage and ability damage, which gain another 25% additional magical power. Or we could get Spare of the Magus, is also a nice item. It increases all damage done to the enemy god that is hit by our spell ability by 7.5% from all sources, so also physical damage goes up. The effect lasts for 7 seconds, and also all teammates will do 7.5 increased damage to the enemy. So let's go once again to the god bots, back up our coin. Yeah.
Oh my god, get farmed, idiot.
As you can see, we have 2 stacks of Baron's coin now. Once again.
A curse of agony.
That was nuts.
Like simple thorns from my
Poggers.
sword.
Now we're sitting at 3 stacks.
Arise and embrace the burning shroud.
Trips.
Come home.
Get the pinner.
And fine.
Jeffrey, I'm fragging.
Taste the wicked blade. The battle
Welcome
has been
to
won.
Sextopia.
Check and mate.
Now let's get 2 more stacks. And,
A spell most sinister.
Pentakill.
and one more
What a
stack.
nutcase.
One more stack, and the item changed to the evolved Baron's coin. Once again.
Welcome to the fish tank.
Now it's fully stacked. Evolved Charon's coin. Found quickly. So we're also sitting at 459 ground speed. Sell this again. See our ground speed, which is 431, so we got an additional 28%. 28. Which very handy since movement speed's one of the most important stats in the game. Just look over final options here. Should the enemy build a lot of magic
Their lives are all forfeit.
protections, then we could also go for an obsidian shard instead of a rod of the Hootie in the end. Obsidian shard will give 20% magical penetration, 80 magical power, and the first ability cast also gains another 10% magical penetration. But this effect can only cure every 10 seconds. And okay, demonstrate this quickly. These audience here have no protections. See how hard we hit Odin at 20 now, 0 protection.
Draco Mortis.
As you can see, Sigil Mastery first hit 584 damage, 67. Second hit that's 338. Let's give him a 175 protections.
Taste the wicked blade.
So we're
A spell most sinister.
only hitting him
Taste the
for
wicked blade.
60 damage now. If we remove concentration items like this, let's add some more raw damage.
Power can be taken.
Do
Oh,
more.
good.
that. These items do not provide percentage penetration. Let's use it. Let's hit our Odin again. As we can see, we are doing 60 less damage. Sigil Mastery. Go back again. Up penetration items. There's also a cap. Penetration. Percentage penetration with 40%, plus we can Obsidian Shard allows us to go 10% over the cap. But just for this one spell every 10 seconds that is cast.
Their lives are all forfeit.
Here. So this is 30% pen now. Let's get Fang now. So we are sitting 40% magical penetration now. We see the bar is completely full. This means we've reached the cap. But we also can go 10% over the cap. Effect. Within short. Will also be applied to first ability cast, gain 10% extra magical penetration. This works every 10 seconds, so as we can see now, we'll hit him for a lot more than just damage. It's 133 damage extra. Yes, extra effect again, as you can see, we could go over the cap. We didn't hit enemy for 330 damage, we did hit it for 358 damage. Let's demonstrate it again. Now it's on cooldown. Just did only 321 damage. Cooldown is gone. 353 damage.
A spell most sinister.
298 damage. That's off cooldown again. 343 damage.
Taste the wicked blade.
Alright. Well, that's it for her abilities and possible items built on her. Let's hop into the game. But just as a reminder, we can also check out scalings here. Basically, we have 80 magical damage scaling, 285 base damage, level 20. Dragonflight has a total of 85 magical damage scaling. Also 305 base damage. Good game.
MorganLeFay.
Let's bathe the world in crimson.
MorganLeFay.
We can also pick up skin. We can change the skin here. This is like a recolor of the standard skin. You can see.
Let's bathe the world in crimson.
This was the first skin that was released called Crimson Magus.
MorganLeFay.
The gold is standard skin for her and the legendary recolor.
Let's bathe the world in crimson.
Using another skin will also change the voice.
Darkness favors you.
MorganLeFay. Completed.
Let's bathe the world in crimson.
It's called the Crimson Magus. As we can see, we have 2 tanks here, and also Tiamat, while she's mage, also quite tanky. So
This battlefield is scarred with brutality and torment.
that's our
A
max out
fitting location for my ritual magics. This artifact has taken much life. Let's help it take some more.
May or may not.
Greetings. May blood flow.
With seas and storms at my command, I shall wipe you from this world.
Sometimes I stop and wonder if I'm doing good in the world.
Okay.
I really need each time to know that of course I'm not.
Twisted magic.
Since we also have 4 magical gods, it would be good advice.
I'm building stacks. A mighty
It would also be a good advice to build a lot of enemies, and I expect the enemy tanks to build quite some magical protections.
You are bound to me.
What else we can do here? And a bit more poking. Let's up now.
Let the slaughter begin. Bleed for me.
First blood.
Okay. Okay.
Am I in hell?
Oh, out of mana, let's go back.
Crafted by a tortured soul. Perfect.
Oh.
Heed my call.
I'm building stacks.
Now we might need a little bit more
Bleed for me.
action shot now. All of it harder, but we will be finishing our cornerstone and cast.
Burn their soul. You are bound to me. Crush their bones. Burn their soul.
Use our self-heal ability for this.
slain.
me. Twisted magic.
An ally has been slain.
Heed my
Howdy.
call.
Okay.
Gone.
Let's go, baby!
Enemy spotted.
Crush their wounds.
Not happily ever.
That should be okay. There will be no follow-up for Ares.
Okay,
This
literally
artifact
all of
has
my
taken
teammates are
much
trolls.
life.
Let's have a look at what
Let's
they're
hope it
building
takes some more.
on- Want to be rushing really short here since Ares is already stacking up on magic protections.
It's your job not to die.
Twisted magic. Heed my call. I may, must, or may not.
Ultimate is ready.
Bleed for me.
Even in chaos, truth can be found. You just need to know where to look.
Crush.
Attack.
I really must. Let the slaughter begin.
Dude, that guy is literally a bot.
Twisted magic. Heed my call. Really must.
A mighty storm.
I'll just fire on him.
An enemy has been slain.
Yeah.
A mighty storm.
Out of mana.
So they're out
It's your
of
job
mana,
not
let's
to
get back
die.
the base. Yeah, we can go obsidian shard now, so we have a ton of vision.
Crafted by a tortured soul.
Here is also started building
Perfect.
magical protections. And Ares is sitting at 191 magic protection. So we have 20% now.
An enemy has left the game.
You won't be finding love if you keep making that mistake.
Burn their
We also should be hitting Tiamat Notara.
Mighty storm.
Once she goes into ground mode with this, because when she's walking instead of flying, she has.
You are bound to me. Crush their wounds.
Poggers!
As you can see, we also heard.
Okay, literally all of my
Ares
teammates are
for a fair
trolls.
amount of damage now. The next item we will be picking up.
Falling back!
Get more panda. Let's go for Typhon Swing.
This artifact has taken much life. Let's help it take some more.
Bleed for me. Heed my call.
Ultimate ready.
Let's go, baby!
Burn their souls.
You have slain an enemy.
Right. That Agni.
Crafted by a tortured soul. Perfect.
One of the Titans thing, which quite a lot of magic power. Thus makes our spells hit a lot harder.
Twisted magics! You are bound to me! Crush their bones!
They must be gone.
A mighty storm!
Heed my call! Bleed for me!
You won't be
Burn
finding
their
love if you keep making that
souls.
mistake.
Crush their bones!
Oh, it's
Be careful.
some,
Dude, that guy is
bit
literally a
harder.
bot.
let's run down, try to run down too.
An ally has been slain.
Could also go for a little bit of heal reduction now, but yeah, well, not for this.
This artifact has taken much life. Let's
Jumped
help
from
it take some more.
295 magic power to
Am I in hell?
47. We're also sitting at 30% magic concentration now.
An enemy has been slain.
The first spellcast
Falling back.
from Billion Shard. While they're not going over the cap now.
Be right back.
A mighty storm!
They must.
Yeah!
Crush their bones!
Minions have reached your portal.
Coordinate is a little bit wrong.
Bleed for me!
Fall down!
Poggers!
Let the slaughter begin!
Twisted magic!
Alright, let's go for the Rod of Tahuti. This brings us finally over
Dude,
the
that guy is
penetration cap.
literally a bot.
Crafted by a tortured soul.
And also adds a
Okay,
hefty
literally
amount
all of my teammates
magic
are trolls.
power.
An enemy has been slain.
We're going and
Do better.
Bleed for me! You are bound to me! Crush their
Let's go,
bones.
baby!
Dude, that guy is literally a bot.
Awesome.
Fall down!
Heed my call! Twisted magics!
An enemy has been slain.
Made crimson! Burn their soul!
An ally has been slain.
Double kill.
Trips, trips, trips.
Poggers!
I should have played attention to what's going on behind us, but never mind. It's not taking a lot of priority.
Retreat.
You are bound to me!
also.
Bleed for me.
Ultimate is red hat.
Burn their soul.
Let the soul.
Let's go, baby.
That was nuts.
See what else we can do here.
Trips.
Awesome.
Very nice.
Poggers.
You are bound to me.
Oh my god, get farmed, idiot.
There we go. Thought.
Take this.
Let's get a rod of 2D. Oh, we have 30% magical power. 40% magical power.
This artifact has taken much life.
We can also go
Let's help it
over
take
the
some
captain.
more.
Create our Vampiric Shroud to Sacrificial Shroud now. So we are at nearly 600 magical power.
Thanks.
Dude, that guy is literally a bot.
Be made crimson.
It's your job not to die.
Curses.
On my way.
An ally has been slain.
I'm not sure.
That's dubs, baby.
Burn their soul.
Save yourself. Retreat.
Trips.
On my way.
What has
I'll be
been
fighting off if you keep making that mistake.
As you can see, the enemy is still.
twisted magics? You are bound to me. Burn their... Let the slaughter begin!
Okay, literally all of my teammates are trolls.
Curses.
Crafted by a tortured soul. Perfect. Bleed for me, my call! Twisted magic!
1 second. Yeah.
Crush their bones!
Haha, yeah!
This artifact has taken much life. Let's help it take
Poggers.
some more.
Okay. Sorry.
Bleed for me! You are bound to me!
Poggers!
Twisted magic!
Am I in hell?
Will be made crimson!
Doink.
Good game.
And that's it.
Hey there.
It's a gameplay guide video to MorganLeFay. Hope you enjoyed it.